You know that feeling? The first boom outside, distant but sharp, and your dog is already trembling, pacing, panting, eyes fixed on the window like they're watching a threat you can't see. Their nails click against the floor, tail tucked so tight it disappears. You reach out, whisper it's okay, but they barely register you. They're lost in it. Maybe you've tried everything. The thundershirt that hugs them snug, white noise turned up loud. Those calming treats that work sometimes, but not others. You've even tried just holding them close, hoping your warmth is enough. But deep down, nothing has truly fixed it. I've been there too. And for years, I thought that's just how it was. Some dogs are scared, and we have to ride it out every 4th of July, every New Year's Eve. But then I found something. One simple step. One thing you can do exactly 1 hour before that first firework pops, and it changes everything. Imagine your dog curled up on the couch, snoring softly while the sky explodes outside. Not shaking, not hiding, just sleeping. That's real. It's not a miracle. It's biology. Here's what we're going to do today. First, I want you to understand why fireworks hit dogs so hard. It's not just the noise. Their ears are way more sensitive than ours, and the unpredictability, the sudden bursts. It triggers a flood of stress hormones, cortisol and adrenaline, that send their brain into fight-or-flight mode. Nearly 1 in 3 dogs suffers from noise phobia. That's millions of pups terrified every time a celebration starts. But here's the thing. Your dog's body has a natural off switch for panic. It's tied to something you can control. And that control starts exactly 1 hour before the first bang. I'm going to show you what it is, why that timing matters, and how it flips their brain from fear to rest. So stay with me, because by the end of this, you'll never dread fireworks night the same way again. That natural off switch isn't a pill, a thunder shirt, or some secret training trick you've never heard of. It's already living inside your dog's body, ticking away like a quiet clock. The problem is, most of us accidentally jam that clock right when we need it most. We wait until the fireworks start, then scramble to comfort, distract, or medicate. But by then, their brain is already flooded. The panic cycle's already locked in. What if you could interrupt that cycle before it even begins? What if one simple, quiet routine, done at the right moment, could tell their nervous system, "You're safe, rest now"? That's not a fantasy. It's biology. And the key is a window, a single hour, where your dog's body is most receptive to falling into a deep, calm state. I'll show you exactly how to find that window and what to do inside it. Just promise me you'll try it before you hear the first boom. So here's the thing. Most of us, when we hear that first pop, we panic. We grab the thunder shirt, we crank up the white noise, we maybe even try to hold our dog tight like a human hug will somehow calm their shaking. And it's not your fault, it's instinct. But those things? They're like putting a band-aid on a wound that's bleeding from the inside. The pressure wrap? It works for some dogs, sure, but it's not fixing the core problem. It's just a constant squeeze that might distract them a little. The noise machine? It's masking the sound, but their brain still knows something's wrong. And CBD? Oh, it's so tempting, but the potency varies wildly. And for some dogs, it can even make them more anxious because they feel different and don't understand why. We've all been there, trying everything, hoping something sticks. But here's what I want you to understand. Those methods address symptoms, not the trigger. They're working on the surface, not the root. The root is inside your dog's brain, a tiny almond-shaped structure called the amygdala. And when fireworks start, that amygdala screams danger so loud that every other system shuts down. But what if you could talk to that amygdala before the noise even begins? What if you could gently turn down its volume so when the booms come, your dog's brain says, "I'm tired, I'm safe. I'll just sleep through this"? That's exactly what the 1 hour window does. It's not a magic trick, it's biology. See, your dog's digestion and sleep cycles are linked by a tiny pathway, from the gut to the brain. And there's a specific nutrient, tryptophan, that acts like a key. When you feed it at the right time, it crosses the blood-brain barrier and starts a beautiful chain reaction. First to serotonin, the "I feel good, I'm calm" chemical, and then to melatonin, the "it's time to rest" hormone. The trick is timing. Peak serotonin levels happen about 60 minutes after ingestion. Not 40 minutes, not 90, 60. That's the window. Now, you might be thinking, okay, I'll just give my dog a turkey leg an hour before, but hold on. It's not that simple. The meal needs to be small, easily digestible, and low in protein competition, because tryptophan has to compete with other amino acids to get into the brain. So you want foods that are naturally high in tryptophan but also have a little carbohydrate to help it across. Think pumpkin seeds, bananas in moderation, plain turkey breast, or even specially formulated treats that list tryptophan. But here's the key. You need to feed it exactly 1 hour before the first expected boom. Not 2 hours, not 30 minutes. 1 hour. That's when the serotonin surge peaks and your dog's brain becomes primed for calm. And it's not just about the chemical, it's about the ritual. You're creating a new association. Instead of the fireworks meaning panic, they start to mean, after I eat my special meal, I get cozy, I relax, and eventually I fall asleep. It's like a neural bridge. Over time, your dog learns that the first boom is a cue for sleep, not terror, but even the first time. The very first time. There's a good chance they'll sleep through the noise, because the amygdala isn't being hijacked. It's being soothed by the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain that says, hey, everything's fine, let's just drift off. Imagine for a second what's happening inside your dog's head during a typical firework night. The noise hits the ears, then the thalamus, the brain's relay station, sends it straight to the amygdala. The amygdala screams, the body releases cortisol, the heart races, the dog paces, pants, tries to hide. It's a full-blown stress response. But after that tryptophan meal, something changes. The serotonin from the gut reaches the prefrontal cortex, which then sends calming signals back to the amygdala, telling it to chill. The thalamus still hears the noise, but the amygdala doesn't overreact. Instead, the sleep pathways take over. The dog yawns, settles, closes their eyes. They sleep through the boom. It sounds almost too good to be true, but it's backed by real science. And I've seen it with my own eyes. Let me tell you about a dog named Bella. Bella was a border collie mix, smart as a whip, but terrified of thunderstorms and fireworks. Every July 4th, her owner, Sarah, would find her in the bathtub, shaking, drooling, sometimes even vomiting. Sarah tried everything: calming vests, essential oils, even prescription sedatives that left Bella groggy but still alert enough to panic. She was exhausted, heartbroken. Then she heard about the 1 hour window. She was skeptical, but she figured she had nothing to lose. So on New Year's Eve, she prepared a small meal of plain turkey and a spoonful of pumpkin. Easy to digest, rich in tryptophan, and fed it to Bella exactly 60 minutes before the first firework. She dimmed the lights, put on some soft music, and sat with her. And here's what happened. The first boom came, and Bella's ears perked up. She looked at the window, but then she yawned. Then she put her head down. Within 10 minutes, she was asleep. Sarah cried. She couldn't believe it. For the first time in 5 years, she enjoyed the celebration without her dog suffering. Now, I'm not saying this works for every single dog. Some have deeper phobias that need additional support. But for the vast majority, this simple timing trick is a game changer. It's not about forcing your dog to be brave. It's about giving their brain the tools to feel safe naturally. No equipment, no sedatives, no stress for you or them. You know, after I learned about this, I started thinking about all the little moments we can control. We can't stop the fireworks. We can't make the world quiet for our dogs, but we can be their anchor. We can learn their rhythms, their biochemistry, and step in at the exact right moment with a gentle hand and a simple meal. It's not complicated. It's just biology and love. So here's your homework. Before the next holiday or storm, pick a food that's high in tryptophan and low in protein competition. Feed it exactly 1 hour before you expect noise. Create a calm environment. Dim lights, soft music, maybe a comfy bed. Then just sit with them. Don't hover, don't tense up. Breathe. They'll feel your calm, too, and watch what happens. I think you'll be amazed. And if you're sitting there right now thinking, but my dog is really bad, this won't work. I hear you. I've heard it so many times. But just try it once. One time. What have you got to lose? A little turkey? An hour of your evening? The potential payoff is a night of peace for both of you. And if it works, you'll never go back. So do this 1 hour before the first bang. Feed them, settle them, and then let the biology do its job. Your dog will thank you with a deep, quiet sleep. And you'll finally be able to enjoy the show, too. But here's the thing. Most people do it wrong. They give the turkey too late, or they give too little, or they make a huge production out of it. And dogs are masters at reading our energy. If you're nervous, they're nervous. So part of the trick isn't just what you give them, it's how you give it. Let me walk you through the exact routine I've seen work hundreds of times. It's not complicated. It's almost boring, honestly. And that's the point. 1 hour before the fireworks start. Not 30 minutes, not 45. 1 full hour. You take a plain, cooked turkey breast. No seasoning, no garlic, no onion. Just turkey, shredded into small, bite-sized pieces. About 2 tablespoons for a medium-sized dog. Less for a small one, a bit more for a big guy. You put it in a bowl, then you sit down on the floor with them. No eye contact, no excited voice. Just you, the bowl, and your dog. You place the bowl down. They'll probably look at you, confused. Why is mum or dad being so calm right now? That's good. Let them wonder. Then you let them eat. Slowly, casually. You don't pet them, you don't talk. You just exist near them. This signals safety. Your calm presence tells them nothing is wrong. After they finish, you stay seated for another 5 minutes. Then you get up, just as slowly, and go about your evening like it's any other Tuesday. No big goodbye. No dramatic walk to the crate. If they follow you, fine. If they stay put, even better. The idea is to let the turkey's natural compounds. It's got compounds that boost melatonin and serotonin, by the way, which is the real science here. Start working while they're still relaxed. But again, it's not just the turkey. It's the timing. It's the atmosphere. Think about it like this. If you give a tired, full dog something gentle to digest, and you pair that with a boring, predictable environment, their body naturally shifts into rest mode. Fireworks become background noise. Annoying, maybe, but not terrifying, because their nervous system is already leaning towards sleep. I've seen dogs that used to shake under the bed for hours, after just 2 rounds of this routine, curl up on the couch and snore through the whole show. Not drugged, not sedated, just fed and safe. The owner couldn't believe it. She said, "Is it really that simple?" And I said, "Yes, but simple isn't easy when you're panicking, and that's the hidden loop here, your own anxiety." You might be reading this, thinking, "But my dog will sense my stress no matter what." That's true. So you have to practice this routine on a quiet night first. Just a turkey test run. See how they respond. Then on fireworks night, you're both already familiar with the ritual. The predictability itself is the remedy. But here's what nobody tells you. The turkey trick works best if you've also burned off some energy earlier that day. Not a marathon. Just a longer walk, or 15 minutes of fetch, or a puzzle toy. A dog that's already a little tired is a dog that's easier to settle. So give them that outlet in the afternoon. Then, at T-1 hour, you do the turkey. And if the fireworks start early? If they begin while you're still prepping? Stay calm. Keep going. Your calmness is contagious. There's another layer to this, too. A deeper reason why the 1 hour window matters. It has to do with digestion and how blood flow shifts from the muscles to the stomach. It's not just about feeling full. It's about redirecting the nervous system's resources. But I'll get into that in a moment. For now, I want you to imagine this. The first boom hits. Instead of a trembling dog, you see a yawn, a slow blink, a head resting on paws. That's the picture you're aiming for. And you can get there with one simple thing, done 1 hour before. You just have to trust the biology and yourself. So here's what that really means. It's not a magic trick. It's not a pill that knocks them out. It's a choice you make with your own hands an hour before the noise starts. You're not just feeding them. You're giving their brain a head start. You're saying, "Hey, I know what's coming, and I've got your back." And honestly, that feeling, when you see them settle, when the first boom comes and they just sigh, it changes you too. Because suddenly you're not bracing for impact. You're not spending the whole night on edge, watching, waiting for the next explosion. You're just there, stroking their fur, feeling their breathing slow down. That's the real gift. Not just the sleep, but the peace you both get to share. A lot of us, we try so hard. We buy the gadgets, we play the music, we hold them tight, and those things aren't bad. They're just aimed at the wrong target. They try to block the noise. But the noise isn't really the problem. The problem is what that noise does inside. The panic, the fear, the feeling that the world is collapsing and there's nowhere to run. What we're talking about today, that one meal, that timing, it doesn't block the sound. It changes the way their brain interprets the sound. It's like flipping a switch from danger to, it's okay, I'm safe, I can rest. And that switch lives in the chemistry of their own body. You don't need a vet. You don't need a prescription. You just need a little trust in how their system was designed. I remember a friend of mine. She had a golden retriever named Bailey. Bailey would tremble so hard on the 4th of July that she'd drool. They tried everything. Nothing worked. Then she tried this. 1 hour before the first firework, a small bowl of pumpkin and turkey. She told me later, she cried when Bailey just lay down and closed her eyes. Not because of the fireworks, because she finally felt like she could help. That's the part that sticks with me. Not the science. The relief. The connection. Knowing that something as simple as food, as timing, as being present, can break years of fear. So when you're getting ready for the next round of bangs and booms, I want you to remember this. Don't wait until the first pop. Don't scramble. Just take that hour before, feed them with intention, then sit with them and watch what happens. It's not about being perfect. It's about being there, with the right tool, at the right time, and trusting that the body, theirs and yours, knows how to find calm. You've got this. And honestly, they've got you. That's enough.